All right, friends, it's T-Man. We are going to do a reaction video. We're back doing a reaction video again to Jason Blaha. That's right. Our favorite YouTuber, influencer, the gear lifting, gym, fitness, gear slave himself, Jason Blaha. Oh, man. Diet slave, fitness slave, vegan slave, man. You name it. He's it, dude. All right, so we're going to do a reaction video today to Jason Blaha. Blaha says, the two biggest tools I'm using to get leaner while gaining muscle. Oh, yeah, we already know what it is. It's called steroids. Okay.
All right, people who followed me for a long time have absolutely commented on the fact that obviously my physique looks better now that I've gone from powerlifting to actually caring about my physique. But, you know, a lot of people are like, hey, what are you doing to lose fat? You just seem to get leaner every single week. And, of course, this one is that sun, all that lighting from the sun.
What is he doing to get leaner? He takes steroids. What do you think? You think the tofu was doing it? All that, the fake food, the rice, the beans, the coffee, you think that was all doing it? Man, he's starving himself and he's taking steroids. That's how he's doing it. Starving and taking steroids. So he can maintain a nitrogen balance in his body so he doesn't waste away completely. That's what steroids are for. They're to prevent people from wasting away. But they're also used as performance enhancing drugs. But they are not muscle-building drugs. Well, people are going to tell you they're muscle-building drugs because they took the steroids. And this guy, he blew up like a balloon. Yeah. You blew up with glycogen. Okay. You blew up, yeah. Man, people just really, they just don't really get it.
So you can't see it as much on these exercises, but some of the others you definitely can. Definitely can. I'm not like right in the direct sunlight. But again, even these, you know, you can look at those and tell, you know, tremendous difference from even just.
Think about it. You think he's getting any gains here? What does it tell you? What does it tell you in NCBI PubMed? There's report after report. PubMed NCBI tells you repeated bout effect phenomena. You've adapted to these weights. You've adapted. There's nothing going on there. You've adapted to the weight, and there's no more adaptations with a repeated bout because it's adapted. That's what happens. That's all. Repaired and remodeled. That's it. It's adapted. It repaired and remodeled. It's adapted. Gee. See what I mean? He's doing the same weights and exercises again and again, but he does them every day. Now, I figured out a way to bring back this adaptation process, doing the same exercises, not exactly doing the same weight, but doing the same exercises with moderate to heavy weight. I could do it all the time, as long as I do something very specific. But a lot of people, they just don't know how to bring it back. They just... Man, whatever.
A few months ago, again, as I've continued to trim down, and I'm 107 pounds the week that this is done. This probably won't be up for.
Look how small his arms are. He's got stick arms. He's a small man, tiny. He didn't build anything.
Couple weeks, you know, so people are asking me, hey, you know, you just keep getting leaner, yet, you know, you're not losing muscles. In some cases, your strength is coming back up, you know.
Yeah, he's injecting strength. That's what enhanced performing drugs are. He's injecting strength. His strength is going back. They're like, his strength is going back up. You mean his lifts have gone back up? Yeah, they're going up because he's injecting more steroids. And as far as him getting leaner, the steroids. And, oh, I haven't lost any muscle. Well, you never really built any muscle either. He hasn't lost probably what he really has there, but we don't even know what's in there. Most likely glycogen.
What are you doing? Like, what are you doing with your diet?
Injecting steroids. That's what he's doing.
And here's going to be the... What are you doing with your diet? And here's going to be the keys that I'm going to point out. No, I'm not using any fat burners. No, I'm not using Clen. No, I'm not using Tren. I'm not...
But he's using steroids. He says he's not using Tren. Well, he may not be using Tren exactly, but he's using it anabolic.
Doing any of those things, okay?
No. Not those things, but you are using steroids because you've admitted in your videos, bro. You take steroids. Come on.
So, with that...
He's a liar now. He turned out to be like a Michael Hurd. Oh, I'm not using any of that stuff. I'm not using Tren or anything. I'm not using Tren. Oh, I'm not using Tren, but I'm using Primobolan. Is that the same thing, Primobolan, like Tren? Yeah, okay.
That being said, what am I doing? Like, what has helped me to just keep chipping away at the body fat?
Steroids. That's what.
And I'm going to say the biggest things here is obviously number one, do it slowly. I don't know how else to stress that. Everyone wants to.
Inject it slowly? Take it slowly? What are you talking about? Look at that face. Only a mama could love. I love this.
To get ripped really fast, and they were like, dude, you've been like kind of slow cutting with.
You look like you're getting really old. You look like that guy. I just saw a video. It's they go 82-year-old man. He looks like he's 40. Oh, give me a break. Man, he looks so old. He looks so old. Blaha looks just like him. He looks just like him. 82 years old. Look old. They're both on steroids.
This for over a year from, having been a softer, fluffier, and now, you just keep getting better.
Yeah, look how much better he's getting. Wow, he looks great here. What a shot, eh? Oh, yeah.
But again, notice that I've been recompositioning as I go. Right?
He's recompositioning, okay.
And, I'm losing some muscle. Like, none of that's happening.
Yeah, but you didn't build any either. For like the last 30 years, you built zero.
We've been making some gains a little bit here and there. So, with the diet, it's pretty straightforward. It's basically protein overfeeding with fasting. And it's not even full protein overfeeding. I'm not even doing the protocols from those studies. I'm not doing like 400 grams a day. But I keep my protein really, really high. And I want that to be the key.
The only thing he has here protruding in his muscles is an inflammatory response and probably some glycogen. That's about it. That's it. An inflammatory response because he lifts on a daily basis. He's lifting just like a factory worker. People that work in factories that lift weights or lift boxes or whatever they're lifting every day, they get inflammation in their body. Well, that's why they age. People that do labor jobs, they age quickly. The slaves age really fast. And not to mention, not only do they age fast in their job due to inflammation doing labor work, but they also are eating a slave diet like Blaha. Blaha eats slave diet and does slave exercises, slave work in a garage so he can accelerate aging. Well, that's got to be the stupidest thing in the world. Like I told you before, the smartest people that I know are the stupidest people in the world. The most educated people are the most stupidest people in the world. Now, you're going to say, Blaha, he's so smart. He talks with such a nice, quiet, and soft-toned voice. Wow, it's so soothing to listen to him. But he's feeding you propaganda nonstop. You understand me? No person sane in their mind, no sane and intelligent, truly intelligent person in their mind would enslave themselves in a garage to be a lifting slave and eat a slave diet. That's just crazy. You know what I mean? At least they try to figure out, even if they were indoctrinated to eating a slave diet and doing this crazy slave labor, you're an adult now. You have to figure it out on your own. You understand me? You figure it out eventually. But he's just stuck there forever. I send him, my videos are directed towards him. I mean, I did see him start eating more meat now. Maybe he's learning. I'm not really sure. Who the heck knows? I can't say for sure. Maybe he'll change, maybe he won't.
Big keys combined with fasting. All right. What I find, and this is what some other people I know also, you get to a point where you don't even need to really track calories. You don't even almost
track calories. Well, if you're eating a high nutrient diet, you don't need to worry about calories. Here's the thing. If I stand up next to Blaha, I'm 57. I'm 10 years older than him. I destroy Blaha. You want to know why? Because people in the gym, when I go to the gym, they peg me for somebody in my 30s. I like this guy wrote me now. I went to look at his stupid ass comment. This Mario guy. He wrote me some stupid shit about the problem that I had in the gym with some fucking trainer guy that struck me. Hey, man, bro. Number one, I think I was doing my arms on a cable machine. Okay, I didn't. You don't expect these things. I was busy working out. But anyway, Yeah, I mean, they have issues. These people, they have a lot of issues in the fucking gym because you look better than them. That guy, when I told him my age, the right away he screamed and said, "Oh, he's 40. I'm 40," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm 50." I go, "I'm 57." He goes, "Oh, I'm 40." He was not 40. He was in his 30s. He wants to fight with a guy that's practically 60. He's in his 30s. Like, I'm not into that anymore. You understand me? I don't want to damage myself. I have a damaged hand already. You know what I mean? And I have a damaged right ankle. I don't want to damage my body in any way because my plan is to live to 200 and probably beyond if I can. You understand me? But the goal is first to get to 100. Get it before you can get to 200. But anyways, Blaha's goal is to die at 50. Between 50 and 55, he's out. Like my friend, he's out. He's out. He's out. My friend died before his 60th birthday. Didn't make it. And he was a sports guy, healthy and everything, and he didn't make it. Yeah. Because of this. That's why. Because it's so healthy for you. If it's so healthy for you, why are all these people dying young? It's so healthy for you.
Need to restrict calories at a certain point with this, because when you jack the protein
You
weight,
know the funny part of this is he's doing this on his own volition to imprison himself, to enslave himself, to be a lifting slave in a gym. No slave, no person that is slaved by somebody, they all want to run away from this. This guy, he runs to it. He wants to eat slave food and lift these slave weights in the garage forever, bro. That's just insane. That's why I try to tell you, no intelligent person would want to enslave themselves voluntarily to a garage, imprison themselves to a garage, so they could be a lifting slave in hell. Get it? And eat a slave diet like tofu and all the rest of the crap he eats.
and in my case, like let's say I shoot for a minimum of 300 grams. It doesn't mean that's all I'm going to eat, but let's say we do that. And I eat, a decent amount of whole foods. You can pretty much, if you do that and you fast through the mornings, you're going to almost lose body fat no matter what, especially if you train fasted. And that's kind of been the keys. It's been the protein overfeeding with the fasted training. Now I'm on a little.
So those have been the keys. It's not the steroids that you're injecting that's prescribed to you by, I guess, your doctor, you said, right? No. I mean, look at your legs. They just look useless. What is the point of taking this TRT, man? Like, or this steroids that you're taking. What's the point of taking steroids if, you're suffering from sarcopenia, and it doesn't look like you're reversing it either anytime soon. You're constantly proliferating your stem cells. That's a bad thing, man, to keep proliferating them, exposing them to a toxic environment.
Lower carbs, higher healthy fats this particular week.
That's why you're aging. If every time you proliferate your quiescent stem cells, when they come out, they're exposed to this environment, so they age along with you. They age, you age. Get it? Yeah. The reason why they're young is because they're hidden in quiescence. They should only come out when they're necessary. See what I mean? But if you keep exposing them to this toxic environment that you have, well, of course, what do you expect? You're going to look like an 85-year-old man at 47.
And for me, that does make me look leaner. And it's something that I'm going to probably keep doing for a bit because it works so well for me for that. But definitely up there, the protein and then the fasting. So let me break down kind of why the protein does this. It has to do with the thermic effect and nutrient partitioning effect. In fact, if you look at some of those protein overfeeding studies.
No, it doesn't, because it's not a carbohydrate. It doesn't spike insulin or anything like that. That's why it's based on a high nutrient diet, not calories. That's the reason. That's what protein does. But in your case, you're taking steroids, so it doesn't matter.
When they force-fed protein in them for people who lift, they all lost body fat. But that's when we're talking.
Yeah, if you eat your natural diet as a carnivore, hey, of course you're going to lose body fat. Hello. You may put on body fat as an adaptation if it gets cold, the weather gets cold enough, you start eating a lot of animal fat and all that. Well, how do you adapt to that climate? if you're not eating carbohydrates. You don't get fat from carbs, which is really nasty. Yeah, you're gonna put on good fat because there are actually different types of fat. I think people don't even understand this. There's brown fat. I guess when you get exposed to like cold weather, there's brown fat. You have white fat, brown fat, and this other fat. So yeah, you don't want the bad fat. You want the good fat. You understand me? So it can protect you, keep you warm. Yeah. So when people say, well, this guy's fat and he's fat, well, you could be on a carnivore diet and build up some fat if you're in a cold climate, right? But you're going to get the good fat. You're not going to build the bad fat eating an artificial diet called carbohydrates. But if you eat a carnivore diet, you eat a high fat carnivore diet, well, your body's going to store the good fat. So when it comes to fitness, people are like, well, they're going to say, oh, you should get ripped or whatever. Well, I happen to live in a cold climate. You try getting ripped when you're walking outside in like minus 10, 20, whatever weather, minus 20 weather. You see what I mean? So your body is already trying to adapt by increasing the good fat, the brown fat, to protect you from the cold weather. See what I mean? But you should get ripped. It never works for people that live in a 4-stage climate. Like you got summer, fall, winter, and spring. Spring, summer, winter, whatever, fall, winter. It doesn't work for people. It's difficult. Maybe if you're in a hot climate where the temperatures are predominantly stable, but even then, there's still a type of a winter time in these hot climates. I mean, it gets cooler in the winter. It's hotter in the summer. You know what I mean? That's why people are like, well, it's hard to maintain that look. It's hard to maintain that look, this so-called ripped look. And it's induced artificially. You're doing something artificial, so you have to keep maintaining that artificial look. Otherwise, it'll go back to homeostasis. Yeah.
It was like 400 grams a day. In other words, even if you try to
In other words, he's just wasting his time. The moment I just went all raw stuff, man, a bunch of weight just came right off my body so fast. Shit. It was ridiculous. I didn't even work out. I didn't do anything.
Surplus, and you force that much protein, the thermic effect of the protein almost seems to push you back into a deficit. Plus, those studies, they had people at maintenance, they take them up and add 800 calories of protein, like 200 extra grams. Some of the experts, protein, like 200 extra grams. Some of the experts suspected that the appetite effect pushed their appetite back down to the point where they really weren't eating the surplus. But we also can't believe that it pushed it down enough to push them into a deficit because they all gained muscle. But you think of the thermic effect of the protein also, your maintenance is going to go up. In other words, because your energy turnover goes up purely as a result of it. So let's say you were eating, 150.
Hey man, they gained muscle. They didn't gain any muscle, man. He's just fucking bullshitting.
Grams of protein, okay? And you take it up to 300. If you were...
The only time, and I mean the only time you're ever going to build muscle is in an adaptation. That's it. And if you're tapped out or you don't know how to bring it back or you don't know how to get this adaptation, well then you're not building any muscle.
Burning 3,000 calories on the 150 grams of protein, you're probably going to burn more than that purely by changing that macro. Okay, so we need to be very clear on that. Your calories in and calories out is not constant. What you eat affects calories out. It's a big deal, especially when it comes to both protein and fiber. And fiber is another big one. I always eat a fair amount of fiber, a lot of fiber in my diet. So there's that. Then there's the fasting. And one of the things...
He always eats a lot of fiber. He needs fiber in his diet. That's the reason why his physique looks destroyed. He doesn't even understand. If you go to Blaze V, he probably just did a video now. He's talking about looks. It depends on your environment, what you eat. What you eat is what creates your looks. I know because my experience told me that. I figured it out my own. When I ate a bunch of fruit trying to see what would happen, it destroyed my looks. It destroyed me and my looks. But as soon as I just went all way back, when I went back on my natural diet as a carnivore, just eating meat and raw stuff, whatever, fish, bam, my look started coming back really fast. My body looks better. I look better. I look toned really fast. Everything. Just people tell me you look better. They go, you look different. You look handsome. These women around me, they keep whistling at me. They go, you look handsome. I'm like, what? They go, what did you do? What changed? I go, nothing. I just started eating meat again. I stopped eating these plant foods. And they go, well, it's working for you. Don't stop. Yeah. And I'm an old person. But in my mind, I see myself, if you see yourself as a young person, you will be young. But in order to you can visualize seeing yourself as a young person, but then you have to figure out how to figure out how to accomplish that goal. Well, what is the goal? To diminish myself by eating artificial food as a carnivore called carbohydrates, plant foods, these fucking fiber like Blaha, so I can look destroyed and diminished and old like him and be a lifting slave in a gym forever? Think about it. This isn't intelligent.
That I noticed that helped the most was training fasting.
So he wants to make himself unattractive facially so that no women, absolutely no women, will ever be attracted to him. That's just insane, man. And he's gonna get really skinny so he can wear I don't know. He can look good in an extra small t-shirt, Old Navy t-shirt. Okay.
That helped a lot. But then I started doing fasted cardio on top of it. All right.
I like how he stands there, tries to look pumped out. Man, this isn't a competition, bro. You don't have to flare out your arms.
There's going to be the take home.
Okay, whatever.
Once I added the fasted cardio in,
man, Blaha's hilarious.
the scale starts to slowly trickle down and I get leaner every week.
He's been trying to be he tried to be a bodybuilder all his life. Look at his past photos and videos, whatever he's talking about. Posted a bunch of stuff. People have it online. They talk about him all the time. He's never made it. He's never made it. And all of a sudden now, in his old age at 47, he wants to be a bodybuilder. You kind of missed the point, bro. The whole point is you have an ugly face and it's unattractive. So people are trying to make an attractive body to allure in the women for the lack of having an attractive face because they can't stop eating slave diet.
Even if I force feed myself.
Yeah, okay.
Meaning, in other words, I go to bed completely full every night in my fasted window. In fact, a lot of times in the evenings, when I've eaten these larger meals, I am so full that it's almost like I feel like I've actually pigged out at a buffet by the end of the day sometimes. Okay? I have not gone under.
No, you don't pig out. You don't pig out at the buffet, but I go to the buffet. And you know I go there, but you don't pig out at the buffet, dude. Nah, you're on the food stamps there.
Maybe 3,200 calories any one day for months. Like, I guarantee you I probably haven't gone under that. Most days it's obviously more than that. I average about 3,600 calories, and it's all whole food. So let's say, we're talking chicken, eggs,
Oh, here comes the aerobics. Chicken and eggs, eh?
avocados, walnuts,
Yeah, avocados and walnuts. Yeah, that's all you need. Walnuts. How's that cyanide working for you?
This is where I'm getting my calories.
This is where you're getting your diminished looks. Eating these fucking plants as a carnivore. That's when you break the laws of nature. That's what happens. He's like losing his looks, accelerating it. Let me accelerate destroying my looks. Okay.
This sort of stuff. Steak.
And all because he wants to eat a slave diet when you're trying to look better. What's the point of eating that? I mean, okay, all right, so you're losing this body fat. You're trying to look better here muscularly because you want to show the lines, right? What about the face? What do those legs look terrible, Blaha? You got to work on your legs more, I think. I don't know what you need to do there, but there's just, it's a sarcopenia, dude. I'm serious.
Peanut butter, Greek yogurt.
Yeah, peanut butter, slave food, Greek yogurt. Yeah, okay. I thought you didn't like dairy.
All right, this is what I eat. my calories are pretty high, and it's a lot, but it's still a lot of food. It's all quality food.
That's the real look there from the side. You saw his waist is massive, bro. His waist is massive, skinny arms, and he has skinny legs because that's a sign of sarcopenia. Sarcopenia means a big waist. And he has a big waist because you can see it there. He just does these things. He angles the camera. He's got a big waist. He's got skinny arms and skinny legs. That is a sign of sarcopenia.
By doing that, I have not created a surplus. Like, I get leaner.
Yeah.
Eating all that much food. And it's something I've noticed with other people too. It gets to a point you almost don't need to track. Just eat your food. Make sure you hit your protein and eat your food. You know.
Wow, 1 rep. Okay.
And that's the thing. People say, what if I'm scared of going into a bulk or a cut? It almost doesn't matter, because you're either way, whether you gain or lose a little weight or not, when you're doing this with the fasting and the protein overfeeding, in my experience, you tend to recomposition. And I've noticed other people, it's the same thing. They're like, dude, when I do that, I don't have to track, because I'm going to gain a little bit of muscle and lose a little fat no matter which way. It's just that if I track, I can control which direction it biases. That's it. And it really is that simple. Right? As long as you're eating high satiety foods with it, you're good. And as long as the protein is that high and your training is on point and your sleeping and everything is on point, you're probably going to gain a little muscle. Again, if the protein is really high. So there comes a point with this to where you don't need to spend a lot of time worrying about, am I bulking or cutting? You can just recomposition. And the scale may go down some here, or if you're a skinnier guy, it may go up. But this is what I've done, and what I find is that with the fasted training and the fasted cardio, you know, again, people argue, experts argue about that, well, you'll regain the weight later from whatever you burned through during the fasted when it all balances out. I haven't found that to be the case, and a lot of people I know are like, not really, you seem to get leaner from it, no matter what. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.
Yeah, it was so informative, man. I love how he just loves to make up stuff. Why doesn't he just tell you the truth? I take steroids and I work out in my gym. I'm burning calories or whatever the hell he's doing here, causing a thermogenic effect using steroids, getting this cosmetic look. I'll see you in the next one, friends. Tell me what you think about that. Comment down below.